Good evening and welcome to Red Arrows Racing League. We are back for round 7. For those who don't know me, I am your host and commentator. My name is James. We are here for round 7 of season 4. As you can see, we are at the Algarve International Circuit in Portimao, Portugal. So let me just get the stream links in for anyone who wants to watch along. Bear with me. Just bear with me a sec while I put this in the stream, or in the chat, sorry. Alright, so I can go into there and in to there. Right, we are ready to go. So from the check, I think we should have 19, but I think Ben was having problems, so it might be 18. We'll see if Ben's managed to get in the session. Where is he? He is not in the session, so he could be having issues. I don't know who else we're missing. Let me just go and have a look at the check-in now while I've got it. So we believe it could be Pinto we're missing. Yeah, that is right. Okay, so in terms of full-time drivers, we're missing Harry Mill, Joshua Wilco and Boo Boo tonight. Reserves got stepping in. We've got SLH is, I believe, in the Aston Martin tonight. Where is he on the screen? Yes, there he is. Joe Bradley, he's going to be reserving in the Ferrari. Then we've got Cherry, who's also in the Aston Martin. And good of him to turn up again, it's Thompson, is reserving. He is in the Haas. So while we're waiting for hopefully our last driver to turn up. So we know Ben's possibly got issues, so we might not be expecting Ben, but Pinto I think we are. So while we're waiting, we'll explain the circuit. So it is a clockwise circuit. We've got 15 corners around here, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. Oh, Ben is now saying that his Wi-Fi has come back up, so he might be able to join us. And we're up to 18, so I believe that means Pinto has joined us. There he is. So, yep, so we've got everyone we're expecting to have here, so we should be ready to go. Yep, there's a message from them to already up, so we are good to go. So let's just get everything I need on my screen. So let's have a look at the standings while we're got everyone on here. So as we know, Ant is looking like he's very good for the championship at the moment. However, the ever-consistent Oliver, the only person to score points in every race, is on his tail. The gap at the moment is 56 points, so it's going to take some work to catch Ant at this rate. Then Striker is in P3 in the championship in the Red Bull. As it stands, Alpine are dominating the constructors with Mercedes in second place, and we have got a wet session here. This could really mix things up. It's heavy rain as well. There is a lot of it. So let's see who gets their start one first and who hits the track. Where is our first on-track action going to come from? Okay, still loading in. We might be waiting for somebody. Somebody's game on the go slow. And of course has the opportunity to do what he couldn't do last week, which is to match the all-time number of wins for Red Arrows. If he wins tonight, he will go level for most wins in Red Arrows history. This is QHID in the chat saying that his game might be stuck. So he's going to try and come out and rejoin. Okay. Hopefully that'll get us underway. And we can have some on-track action to talk about. Hello to everyone joining the stream. Sorry for the delay, but hopefully we'll be going green soon. We've got QHID left the session there, so he's now trying to restart his game to get back in. Hope that gives us the opportunity to get underway here. While we're waiting, anyone in the stream, who's your money on tonight? Here we go then. Session is underway. It's only showing as intermediate wet. That's a surprise. It looks like the rain's a lot heavier to me. Looks can be deceiving, I guess. Funny you say that, Callum. Callum in the chat sounds Super Calgon for the win. I wonder if that's because it's him. Yeah, it is. We know. We already know. And we have a car leaving the garage. So the first car on circuit is the Aston Martin, and it's SLH, and he's in the wall already. We've got a Mercedes following him. Who was the Mercedes? The Mercedes, it was Oliver. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah. Harry's retired from session. I think that's a penalty to do with last week in the sprint. So we've got a few cars on circuit now. We'll go to SLH because he was the first person out of the garage. So he theoretically should be the first person to set a lap. So we'll ride on board and we'll see how he's getting on. And yeah, the rain doesn't look quite as heavy on the circuit as what it did in the pit lane. It's a very tricky circuit here, even in dry conditions. Some of these corners you have to be really delicate with the throttle. Turn 10 and 11 section called Portimao. That's where he's got to now. He comes up to turn 14, Sagres. Another one of those traction areas where it's important to get on the throttle at the right time. Too early and you'll spin those rears up and you can lose it quite easily. He's going straight back in the box, and maybe he did suffer damage when we caught him going to the wall earlier. So we'll go to Oliver, who was next on the road. We'll watch his lap as he was up the hill onto the straight section. Into turn 1, Primera, and on to turn 3, Lagos. Around Lagos he goes. in dry conditions we have 2 DRS zones here. Of course we can't use it at the moment in the wet, but the declaration was just there. We'll see how he's getting on. This, in my opinion, is the most tricky of the traction points. You have to be really careful with the throttle there. Even on full traction, it's difficult to get that right. You have to be really patient with the throttle application. Which it looks like he has been. He's keeping it under control. Look at a big lift there. Let's see what Oliver can do. Our first lap in anger of the session. So Oliver will take P1 by virtue of being the first guy over the line. His time's a 1:29. Cherry is next. Cherry's invalidated. Is it Ant next on the road? It is. So Ant, our championship leader, is the next car on the road. What can he do? He takes P1, goes to 29.1. 29.8 for Murph. McLaren come up next. That will be... Liam's now starting his lap. So Liam will see what he can do in his lap in McLaren. Who of course had their car revealed tonight. Go and check that out if you've missed it. How controlled is he around here? This is going to be the section I'm really most looking at. Yeah, keeps it clean through there. We'll do a bit of a snap there. Let's see what it does to the lap time. Super Striker's gone pole there. He's a couple of attempts up on Ant. Ant though, able to put himself ahead there. Goes in front of Striker that takes it back again. There we go, Liam puts it in P4. Not joining in the games with Striker and Ant up the top. Who do we go to next then? Who have we got on the circuit? And he's invalidated. We'll go to SLH. He had a problem on his last lap. We'll see if he can do any better this time around. Got yellow flags out. I hope that's just cars letting each other go. We'll slow to the go slow there. We'll go to Casper and P11. Liam's got to start to P3 by the looks of this. I'll go back to him then. He's had a good lap and a couple of attempts away from the pole battle. And they're 10th down on Ant. So a good lap for him. He'll be happy with that. Chrissy out on a fresh set. Casper goes P5. We've got Thompson coming up to finish a lap here, but it's not a quick one. He'll be pushing on this lap. Got to be careful on the track limits around there. Primera is hard to get right if you want to use all the circuit, but you go a little bit too much, an inch too far, and you're going to invalidate. So you've got to use just enough of the road. It pays to use all the road there. If you take liberties with it, you will get the invalidated lap. Let's see where Thompson comes out on this lap. So he's coming to finish sector 2 now. The line is just after this corner. We'll see where he is in relation to his previous time. He's a long way up, 8/10 in fact. So this could put him right in the hunt for the pole. 8/10 up on his lap would get him into P2. If he can get an extra 10th or 2 here, he might be in the conversation. Let's see how close he can get. 28 to go poles, 26, 27. He does, 28.3. Takes about half a 10th. Let's see if Anne or Strike or anyone else has any sort of comeback for that. Have they got an answer for it? As Anne is back on the circuit. Still got time for a couple of runs here, so maybe we'll see a bit of action. Andy goes out to P4, but he's invalidated this lap. Chrissy looks like he's up on his time in a big way. Let's see what Chrissy can do. He's coming up to finish the lap now. Around the final corner. And where does he put this? He goes P1, finds 3.5 tenths on the previous pole lap. Half a second quicker than the lap that Ant's got. Are the conditions improving, or was that just a mighty effort on Chrissy's part? We'll have a look at always grinding. We'll see what he's able to do. He's on a slow lap by the looks of it, so we'll come off him. We'll go to Anne because he's now starting his lap, so we'll see where he goes off this one. So kind of start a new lap. Into Primera. Goes wide and validates the lap. That's how easy that's done. You have to use all of the circuit to get a good lap, but you get a little bit too much and you will get punished for it. It's a fine line. Super Striker goes pole. Takes another half second out of the lap. So the conditions have to be improving here for that much improvement, surely. It must be that the rain is going. That's not the sort of time you just find. So maybe the later you leave it, the better you're looking. And kept the charge in, so he might be able to go out again and just do this lap as well. Has he got a reply to what Striker could do and validate the previous lap, but now we're starting a new one. Here we go then. Let's come off board and get a broadcast view of Ant starting his lap. Much tighter through Primera this time. And turn 2 and 3. Into what would be the DRS activation point if we were able to use it, which we of course can't right now. Here we go into the important traction area of Samsung. This is a double right-hander. We'll see where he is at the end of the sector. He's 6/10 up on his time, so that wouldn't be good enough for pole if it's just 6/10 up, but it will move him up the grid. He's invalidated again. It's so easy done in the circuit. I'm sure we'll see a lot of penalties in the race for that. It is a ruthless track for track limits. You can find so much lap time by using all the circuit, but it's a fine line. The second you go over, you will get punished. That was a Williams gone off there to let us through. So we're on board with Andy. We'll see what he's able to do. It looks like a bit of a slide there. Let's get down to control. He's up on his time, but I like his invalidated the lap. I'll stick by what I said. I think we're going to see a lot of penalties tonight. We're on board with always grinding. Here's a couple of tenths up. So we'll soon see people appearing for their last time lapse of the session. What has Grinding got in his locker? He's come up to the sector 2 line now. Here we go then, so we'll see how far he is up on the lap. He's 6/10 up on his lap, which will be enough to put him into maybe P3 if he can keep this sort of effort going as it stands. So how good was his last sector? Round the final corner now. He's into the box though. He's not completing the lap. He did not complete the lap. Maybe thinking the conditions are improving even further. Now you can have a better go on a fresh set. QHRD we're now on with. He's now getting ready to start his lap. It would have to be his last lap of the session, you'd think, with the amount of time left. A little bit of incident there with the Red Bull. Hope that's not hurt him too much. He should have time to get around again, I think, if he's going to abort this lap. Cherries on soft tyres, is that a genuine improvement in the conditions, or is that a mistake? He might should plan around with the settings in the pit, to be honest, because yeah, he's not going to be able to get out on that. He's not got time to go out and do a lap, so he might should plan around the settings on the laptop. So we'll go to Chrissy and we'll see what Chris is able to do. And this will be everyone's final lap of quali. Chrissy is up on the lap time by 4/10, so it's just off the pole time as it stands. He needs to find another 10th or so in order to take it. Has he found it in the last sector? Can he do it? Chrissy can't up to the line now. Does do it, does go pole. Striker's has had to invalidate that lap. but he's going to be across the line now to start a new lap, so he's going to get another lap in. We'll go to Liam, who's actually down in his lap time so far, but with a whole sector to go. And he will make the line, will he? I'm not sure here. This might be tight. That's whether he makes the line for another lap or not. I don't think he will, because I think it's 3, 2, 1 session there. So yeah, Liam takes the checkered flag, goes P3 for now, unless anyone can take that away from him. So session's over for Liam, Oliver, Joe Bradley, Calgon, Always Grinding, Pinto, Cherry and Harry. Everyone else is out on the circuit. We'll try and put over kind of the line. Joe Bradley is going to be next over the line. He doesn't improve. Well, doesn't improve enough for a to go up the grid. We'll go to Ant, because we'll see if he's able to have a reply to the guys ahead. 8th is quite low down by his standards. The high standards he's set for himself in this league. Leading the championship by a long way. Thompson goes pole, takes it off Chrissy. Super Striker takes it off Thompson by a long way. And goes P3. Who is next over the line? Is that Andy? It is. It does improve. And it goes P2. So Chrissy in the box. I believe that's the end of our session. So the order at the moment is Striker, Andy, Thompson, and Chrissy, QHRD, Casper, Liam, Murph, Oliver in P10, Joe Bradley P11, Freems P12, then Calgon, SLH, Always Grinding, Pinto, Cherry, and Harry will be at the back for the start of the race. Unless there's any penalties I need to remember. Let's just ask for chat room. Let's ask for way to the actually no, check the instant outcomes, what we've got. So I believe there are penalties to apply. So there should be a 5-place penalty to EP and to Andy, I believe, so we might have to retire from this session. So everyone needs to retire from this session, I believe, because we've got Andy and EP need to have their 5-place penalties applied. I believe we do have to retire. Someone just asked Liam in the chat, so we'll get him to confirm. We'll soon find out, because we'll see if people are doing the usual shenanigans, and yet they are. So yeah, that's a retire from this session. I just need to set up the grid. So while we're doing that, I will just take a screenshot of that grid, so I know what I need to apply. So effectively we're dropping Andy to P7 and Pinto will start at the back. Pinto might start ahead of Harry. I think Harry's there for a penalty. So that's where I'll have to work it. So all the usual fun here, we'll get everyone to retire so we can apply the penalties and get started properly. Just wait for a couple more. I believe just Pinto now. Just find a wall for us. Oh, or a safety car, that'll do. Yep, nice one. So let's get ready. Start the race. Once people move on from this, we should be ready to go. There we go. Right, we've got time on the screen now, so we can move on. And there's Liam confirming for us, Pinto will go behind Harry, so we'll do that. So I need to go into settings, and I need to go to, I think it's weekend structure. Yep, change quality to off, and make a grid. So let's have a look. So it was striker on pole. It was Andy second. We'll apply his penalty later. Then Thompson and where's Chrissy gone? There he is. And Chrissy goes behind, and then QHID is already there. Then it was Casper. After Casper was Liam. After Liam was Murph. Then Oliver followed Murph. Then Joe Bradley. Oh no, yep. Then Freems. After Freems was Calgon. SLH. Always grinding. Pinto, Cherry, then Harry. But then we've got a penalty to Pinto, which will drop him there to the back, and there's a penalty for Andy, which will drop him 5 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that should be us ready to go. Confirm those changes. Let's double check it. Andy P7, Striker P1. Yeah, we're good with that. So let's let the chat know we're good to go. And hopefully we'll have some racing for you very shortly. Ben is typing away, so let's see if he's back in for the race. No, Ben is not in. He's still having problems with his Wi-Fi, unfortunately. So 18 it is. Here we go then. We are ready to go. And we have a dry race by the looks of it. So, a dry session will be music to the ears of a lot of the drivers. However, we are not privy to the forecast, and those clouds do look a bit angry. They do look a bit overcast. Yeah, chances are the penalty is for retiring in the pit. Andy, so you retired in the pit for I think it was both races last week. So even if you had a penalty for last week, you got one for last race as well. Here we go. So everyone's got their setup on, and we're ready to go. So here we are, let's have a look and see what tyres everyone's gone with. Go for the tyre. So a mix across all three compounds. the medium is the most favoured tyre up and down the grid. However, we've got hard tyre starters in Striker, Casper and Always Grinding, and we've got QHID, Liam and Harry have gone for the softs, everyone else on the mediums. So if we go to our data, it's a 33 lap race this. So Portugal been a 33 lap race. According to the Intel, the softs go 10 laps, the mediums will go 18 and the hards will go 25. So by that logic, it is possible to make a soft, hard, one-stop strategy work. However, is the two-stopper the quicker way around? We'll find that out. So a striker from Thompson, from our championship leader, is our front three. We'll go to Ant for the start and see if he's able to make progress. Theoretically, I'd better compound the striker, he might be able to have a chance in a turn one. Turn one can be a bit scruffy around here, especially when you've got 18 cars going for it. 18 to 1 don't go. So we'll see what the broadcast camera's like. They're not normally very good off the start. So this one looks okay at the moment. So far so good in terms of everyone completing the formation lap and finding their grid slot. There's a bit of a spin at the back there. Let's just warm the tyres up. So far so good, everyone's found their grid box. No disqualifications. Oh, no. Had to jinx it, put one in. So yeah, Calgon's missed his box. Everyone else able to do it. I know we're still waiting for one more. We're still waiting for, that's Harry at the back. Here we go then, we are ready. In Portimao, we are go. And how's the start for Ant? He looks like he's got a better start than Striker, but not as good as Thompson. Thompson's well away. Into turn one we go for the first time as Mercedes round. That's Oliver. Oliver problem at the back, and looks like possibly Andy and SLH as well. So 3 cars had an issue at turn one, and it's dropped a place here. Chrissy's through into P2. Chrissy having a look at Thompson. They're going to continue their little rivalry from last week. They had a hell of a battle in this sprint last week. So Chef Casper got is going a little bit slow there, but no, he's got it under control now. Very wide for Ferrari there. Looks like Joe Bradley battling with Calgon. We'll go to the battle at the front. Chrissy on Thompson, both on the medium tyre. We'll have a look at the position change, see who's made the most of this start. Harry up 7 places, looks like the one who's done best off this. Andy down 9 is the worst one so far. Everyone has changed position apart from Casper. And Harry's put up a 3-second penalty already for track limits. I think we're going to see a lot of those in this race. Chrissy having a look. Too far back to get the job done this time. Cherry's managed to make the move past, Always Grinded. And Oliver in the pit for some possible damage on the turn 1 incident. We've got Ant down a place in P4. That be music to the ears of Oliver. P2 in the championship has had a bad start here, but at least Ant's struggling a little bit for him, so if he can get back up there. It's a long race this. Might be helpful for someone like Striker, who sits in P3 in the championship, to be in front of Ant. It was just a small gain to gain some points, and Chris is off. Chris has got a 5-second penalty there for corner cutting. I think he lost the rear there and had to cut the circuit. Finds himself in P5. Liam through. Or is he? He's going to fight him down the straight. They touch. Thompson goes fast as lap again. He could just cruise away in this race. Got the lead already. Andy and SLH come together. SLH out of the race. What has happened there? Andy coming into the pit to retire. So that will be another 5-place grid drop for pit lane retirement. And Frames picks up a 3-second time penalty. And so I think we'll see a lot of those in this race. It's a very difficult circuit for track limits. Harry so far, the one who's been able to make up the most places. SLH in the chat saying there's a big collision there. I didn't catch it, but I gather from the context with both yourself and Andy out there, that one came to blows. Liam chasing down Chrissy, and Ant chasing down Striker. DRS should be live, and Liam has it. Here we go. Liam on Chrissy. This is a difficult overtake position to get right. They go into turn one, they touch. Chrissy's round. Off the contact with Liam, Chrissy is round. I'm not sure that's going to be one for the stewards or not after the race. We'll have to see about that one. Off a good start, Chrissy is now well down. He's down to 13th with a penalty as well. SLH leaves the session. Unfortunately for him, couldn't avoid the collision with Andy. Sees them both out of the race. So 16 remaining. As we're watching Calgon now with Joe Bradley for company. So we've got the Williams of Murph followed by Super Calgon in the McLaren and Joe Bradley in the Ferrari. For people asking about the grid job for retiring pit, we're trying to discourage people from retiring pit. We want the idea to finish the race. We don't want any unforced retirements. Is the plan. SLH says going to put the stream on the big TV. Thank you for joining us. We'll see what fights we've got in the pack. So Joe Bradley and Calgon looks pretty close at the moment. BJ Cherry is the closest one here with M. Harry up the inside, doesn't manage to make it stick, and is actually down a place, gets overtaken by West Grindon. So what we've got here then with Calgon chasing down Murph. QHID picks up a penalty there for track limits. So 4 people picking up penalties already in this race. And there's an incident near the pit lane. That's Mercedes of what we think is going to be Oliver. Going into the box. Oh no, he's done cars through, sorry. Yeah, so he's a lap down. And then we track it through. Joe Bradley having a look at Calgon. Too far back this time. Harry and always grinding, that fight's going on. Into Lagos they go. I've got yellow flags. That's the Mercedes. I think it's Mercedes letting people through. Yeah, it's fine. So Oliver, a lap down, not the race he wanted tonight. Picks up a 3-second penalty there for track limits. So we've got Bradley on Calgon. That's one for stewards, Andy, if you want to argue that one. So Joe Bradley now mounting his attack on Calgon. Calgon predicted himself to win. It's not going to plan at the moment. What can he do? He's looking at Murph again. Can he pull it off this lap? He has done. Into turn 1. And yeah, he's got that move done. Got Freems and QHID battling now. With Chrissy lurking in the background. Chrissy looking to recover from his incident a few laps ago. Up the inside here. Can he make that stick? Oh, he backs out of it. Chris now alongside and through. Makes the move on Frames. Harry down in P13 in the Alpine. Getting closed down by Pinto. We'll go back to this fight with the Ferraris and Chrissy. Oh, got the spinner. That's Mercedes, that's Oliver again. He's having a nightmare race by his standards. He's retired from the session there as well. So that's likely to be a penalty too. And that ends the run. I kept saying how he's the only driver to have scored points in all races so far. That run's come to an end. So he left his car on the session as well. Hopefully that car gets cleared away and doesn't bring out a safety car or anything. And here in P2, Thompson's built up a hell of a lead. It's all going Thompson's way at the moment. The field is quite spaced out until you get down here to P8. And you've got Bradley on Murph. Murph picks up a penalty there for the track limits. Bradley wide there as well. We've got a pack form up behind Murph. Cherry picks up a 3-second penalty. So here we go, and Joe Bradley on Murphy. I don't know why I call him Murphy there. On Murphy into turn 1 he goes. Gets the move done. Dero seems quite powerful around here. That or Bradley's run some very low wings. Harry picks up a 5-second penalty there for speed limit in the pit lane. And Murph comes back through, or tries to, up the inside. Can he make that stick? Yes, he can. Oh no, he loses the rear. No, he can't. Spoke too soon. He's lost the rear. And back through comes Joe Bradley. Chrissy comes past QHID. Chrissy upper place. So Chrissy will now take his turn to go after Murph, sorry. Getting confused with different leagues here. So can Murph defend against Chrissy? Both on the same compound. Murph should get the DRS to Joe Bradley, but Chrissy will have possibly the better slipstream. He's closer. The light is flashing around Chrissy's car. We've got someone in the box there. That's QHID in the box on lap 10. Oh, and that is Murph round. Murph lost it into turn 1. So Chrissy back up to P8 now. He's going to go after Joe Bradley in DRS range. So we'll have a look and see about the tyre change there, see what the likes of Harry and QHID have done. They're both gone to the hard tyre, which according to our intel should get to the end. Yeah, the hard tyre according to my intel will go 25 laps, so they will do the majority of the race. So theoretically they should last. We'll have a look at Casper, as Casper's having a look at Liam. Mercedes in a McLaren sandwich. Can Casper pull the move on Liam? He's going to have DRS. Casper makes the move. He's at the inside. He gets through cleanly. He's got him. But Liam will have the DRS to come back at him on the exit of turn 4. Turn 5 even. Oh, no, it is 4, sorry. It was right first time. Doesn't manage to get back at him though. I'm not sure that's my screen glitching a bit, or whether Liam's going, because that car is jumping about a bit. Calgon on Liam. Is that a bit of team orders? Or is that Liam having issues? Nonetheless, Calgon is through. Liam now the target of Joe Bradley is falling down the field quickly. Those soft tyres have had enough. And in he comes for what we assume is going to be the hard tyre. Unless he fancies being bold and going for the 2. Yeah, Liam's tyres are gone. We'll see what he's doing with the tyres here. I'm assuming he's going to go for the hard and go for the end. No, he's not. He's on the 2-stopper. Well, we think he's on a 2-stopper. He might be able to just about make this work. My intel say the mediums tyres will go 18 laps, which will get you to lap 30. So he might be able to just stretch this out. Maybe the 1-stopper can work from here. Something like a safety car would help his cause, whether you box again under it or whether... Oh, we've got frames round. Yeah, I'm not sure whether his tyres will make it to the end or not, but he might be able to just stretch them out. Something like a safety car could help him. But then, if there is a safety car, you might decide to take the cheap stop and take an extra set. So Freems with a spin there while we were talking about that, and so he finds himself now down in P12. Calgon and Casper sizing each other up. Calgon is in DRS range. The man who predicted himself to win, is he going to have to eat his words? He runs in P5. He's able to get closer to Casper here, but not close enough to make the overtake. DRS wide open, but doesn't like he's making all that much ground at the moment. 8/10 is where it's staying. Liam past Freems. Freems now into the box. Chrissy up to P7. Calgon having a great race here, up 8 places. Pinto up 9 from his back of the grid start. Is that Harry having problems? Harry over spin on turn 1. Not been his day, unfortunately. Thompson, the leader, is in the box. What is he doing? So lap 14. He could make the hard tyres go to the end, or he could try and do the 2-stopper onto the soft. We'll see what he goes with. He's going for the hards and the 1 stop. So Ant takes over our lead. Chrissy in the box too. We'll have a look at time information. Chrissy goes for the hards as well. Liam sets our fastest lap. So he might need to look after those tyres because we're not sure if they're going to go all the way to the end or whether he's got a 2-stopper planned. Calgon has managed to close up here on Casper while we've been discussing that. 3/10 of the gap now. Means he's made half a second since I last drew attention to it. Can he get him is the question. Here we go, then DRS zone coming up. Onto the DRS now. I'm not sure of that line. Yep. DRS open. 4/10 into in 3, but still too far back to make the move. Pinto in the box. He's come off the medium tyre. Hard tyre will get to the end easily. Is that what he goes with though? Or is he going to take a punt? Pinto goes hard tyre. So let's see what we've got then. So it's our top 5 yet to stop, along with Murph and Cherry. So the top 5 we're expecting and Calgon and Bradley soon. That's Thompson run. Thompson with a spin. That could change everything this race. Thompson was our net race leader. Does that now hand the race to Ant? He's in the box now. Is he now trying to capitalise and make the most of Thompson's mistake? I'd assume he's going to go hard tyre to the end on a 1 stop. He does indeed. So I've got Calgon and Joe Bradley in as well. So only a couple of people left to stop. But we believe that Stryker and Casper could go a long way. Yeah, our top 3 all yet to stop, but they can go as far as lap 25 on these hard tyres. So it's just a case of picking their moment. Do you even take a gamble and try and just hang out until there's possibly a safety car to give you the cheap stop? A few penalties about there. Jay Frames has got a 6. Harry's got the 5 for speed in the pit lane as well as the 3 for track limits. Cherry in for his stop. I'll just come out there. As it stands, Always Grind is up 12 places, but it's a little bit artificial at the moment because we know he's yet to stop. QHRD looks like the closest battle I can see with Pinto. The field fairly spaced out at the moment. We'll see what QHRD can do against Pinto. Around the last couple of corners. will go into the DRS. So here we go, and QHRD on Pinto. Can he make the move? I think it's going a bit too far back. There was the DRS line. It's going a bit too far back now, but you do get a chance more or less straight away after with the second DRS zone in a couple of corners time. Second DRS is here. Does that give him a chance to get closer? No, he's out of range this time. So the field spacing out here, but we want to watch closely the progress of people like Ant. Ant has indeed managed to pass Thompson, so having big issues on Thompson's race there, a big effect on Thompson's race, that spin. Can he recover it and get back past Ant? So Ant is our net race leader as it stands. He's 3.6 seconds up on Thompson. We'll see how he's able to deal with that. Thompson goes fastest lap, so he's on the chase. Gonna try and chase Ant down and recover his mistake. Chrissy takes the fastest lap off Thompson. Speaking of recover from mistake, he's got one of his own to recover. Or a couple of his own earlier on in the race. So we're still waiting on our top three to box. We've got yellow flags. That's Murph at turn 1 again. That turn 1's caught a few people out today. There is a curve there, can be quite mean. And you try to navigate that at speed. Murph now got frames for company. It picks up a time penalty as well. It's going from bad to worse. There's Casper now in. So we'll see where he emerges. So I predict medium tyre, and it is. So medium to the end on his one stop, the alternate. One stop from what the likes of Ant were doing. And Thompson, he comes out. Is he going to manage to get out in front of the McLarens? Liam takes fast slap. Calgon goes even quicker. As Casper behind Liam now. And can he make it stick on Calgon? Oh, it's a battle right from the start, right from as soon as Casper gets out, he's straight into a fight with Calgon. On cold tyres, can he defend this though? He has got the compound advantage, so as soon as he can get those tyres lit up, he can hopefully get away for his sake. Just needs to get the heat in them and fend Calgon off for now. So by now you'd think it'd be advantage Casper. Calgon might be able to keep him at bay with the DRS here. So here we go. Calgon still on the back. Casper not been able to shake him off yet. We've got always grinding in the box. Where does he come out in all this? Calgon on the DRS as we come past always grinding. Into turn 1 we go. Always grinding out from the pit there, merges in P9 behind Chrissy. Let's see what's going on. More towards the front. The gap stand roughly the same between Thompson and Ant by the looks of it. So Thompson not able to do much about the gap. Striker now in, the leader boxes. How would he come out though? Like Casper, he should have a tyre advantage, so even if he doesn't come out in the lead, he should be able to fight. But he might come back into the race lead here. Who's it going to be? We can see Ant there. Here he comes. In the turn one we go, Ant is through. So Striker emerges in P2. So 2 places that spin cost Thompson there. So Ant through for now. Striker will have DRS and does have a compound advantage, so you'd think that this could be his to win. This could be his first race win in Red Arrows. Is it going to be Striker's first win, or is it going to be Ant to tie the record? As Liam, we saw picked up a penalty there for track limits. Casper's managed to shake Calgon. He's got out of his DRS range here, so that pen off. We've gone into turn 1. That's Frames out. Frames retired from session. So we're down to 14. We'll have a look and see what Striker can do with it. And he's hovering just outside DRS range. He's back in now. Was he in range at the time where we hit the detection line? We'll soon find out. Yes, he was. He's going to get DRS. Or is he? It's not quite as active. It doesn't look like it's activated. Oh, he's got it now, yeah. So 6/10 of the gap. He's going to get a DRS in a couple of corners' time. What are we feeling in the comments? Is it going to be Striker's first win? Striker twice a sprint winner. 5 times P2, but never a P1 in a feature race. Is today his day? He's charging after Ant. He's right on his rear now. Can he make the move? He's going to have DRS at the end of the lap. Down the start finish straight. Let's have a look at the battery quickly while we're here. And just about edging on the battery. And with about 20% more. But here we go. DRS is open. Striker goes fast as lap and gets through. Striker is your race leader. P3 in the championship overtakes P1, and his chance to eat into that lead. Thompson 3 seconds down on Ant now, so he has closed the gap a little bit. It's half a second down from when we last looked. But that top 3 have left the rest for dead here. 10-second gap back to Liam, who's got Casper for company. We'll go to the battle for the lead. Striker made the move and theoretically should be able to just drive away, but we'll see if Ant's got any sort of reply. We don't believe either driver is going to need to pit again, so this is it for the race in terms of stops. And just outside DRS range now. Doesn't have DRS. Striker goes quickest lap again. It's looking like it's all coming up Striker as it stands. It could be his race to win here. Hopefully I'm not putting the commentator's curse on it. Casper makes the move past Liam. Casper is through. On the alternate one-stop strategy. He's made it stick. His tyre's much younger than Liam's. So here we go, and Liam on the older medium tyres. That might just make the end, we think. We're not sure if he's got another stop. But Calgon is closing in behind him. Casper ahead. He is still holding on to DRS range as it stands. And to pull the gap up a bit further from Thompson again this time. Striker's pulling away. Liam trying to draw Casper back in. Here we go, and Liam on DRS. Just about still in the range. Can he carry this fight on? Or will Casper be able to pull away? We'll have a look at the fast lap information. We've got Striker's got fastest. You see how close Casper got. He got within 7 tenths of it. Or within 8 tenths of it. We've got, is that Thompson making another mistake? That is Thompson off again. Thompson mistake at turn 1. Is he now going to come under threat from Casper? Casper on medium tyres. Could be after. So it looks like it's now a 2-horse fight for the lead of the race. And has got a little bit closer to Striker here. So maybe this race is not done. He's almost back in the DRS range. The battery is similar now between the pair of them. He's back in range. So this race may not be over and done with. We could have a fight for the last 7 laps here. And not going down without a fight. He is going to push for this. Striker has just managed to pull out of the DRS zone. So, and no DRS this time. But it's hovering around that line. Did he manage to get in there just in time? No, he didn't. No DRS here. But he is close. He's closing in. He's fairly comfortable to DRS range now. What Striker got as a reply? Striker should have the tyre advantage, as we've mentioned. But Ant pulling him back in. And will get DRS this time. 7 tenths the gap. Striker going to the inside, trying to break the toe. Doesn't appear to be working though, as Ant is drawing him in. 6 tenths now the gap. This race has got interesting. Here we go now. just 5 laps to go. And we've got a scrap for the lead. Can Striker get his first win? Can he fend off the attack of Ant? Ant on the hard tyre, Striker on the medium. Let's have another look at the age. There's 7 and 12 laps, respectively. It's a shame we can't have a look at the wear info. So, and 4 tenths now at the gap. He is closing, but he's also running out of laps to get this done. Joe Bradley's under attack from always grinding there as well for P8. I want to have a look at that, but I can't cut away from the lead fight. Casper hasn't quite managed to shake off Liam either. Liam 1.6. So Casper's got out of the DRS range, but not by far. And then you've got Calgon and Chrissy behind that. Again, not by far. So here we go, and still in DRS range. Running out of laps to get this move done. Can he have a go? Striker again moves to the right to defend. Looks like he's done a better job of it this time. And hasn't managed to close in by as far. Goes wide in turn 1. That might have been a track limit warning. We don't know. Goes a bit wide again there, but that won't be a warning. Calgon in the box, so Calgon's trying something. Going for fastest lap potentially. He does go to the soft tyre as you would at this stage of the race. But comes out P11, so he needs to get his skates on, because if he gets fastest lap from there, it won't count. I don't think. Got a scrap here with Pinto and Bradley. Joe Bradley's got the place for now. We need to stick with the lead here, because this fight is getting tasty and it's really close to the finish of the race. It's for a race win. It's all about whether Ant can tie the record for most wins in Red Arrows, or whether Striker can take his very first. Five tenths to what Ant's got the gap down to. He's close to what it was last lap, but still too far back to make the move. On the DRS again. This might be the sort of stage where tyre age might swing more towards Ant's favour. The hard tyre, obviously more durable. So will this come back his way? He's only got a couple of laps left to make the move though. So for Striker, can he hold on? The gap staying about the same the last few laps, maybe Ant's a little bit closer. Chris has got past Liam there. Chrissy passes Liam for position. Chrissy into P5 on his recovery drive, and doesn't follow Striker to the inside this time, or at least not as much. Maybe he was worried about losing time by doing extra meters on the circuit. Harry picks up a 3-second time penalty there. I believe it's his second one of those, and he's got a 5-second for a pit lane infringement. And getting close, 4/10 of the gap, but still not able to make the move. He's only got this and then one more lap to get it done. Here we go then. I've got a 1 lap sprint for this race. Don't go anywhere. It's a final lap fight to see who's going to win this, as Joe Bradley picks up a 3-second penalty there for his efforts. And 6/10 back, as he has been for the last few laps. Does follow to the inside this time. 4/10. Within 3 now. Up the inside he goes. Too far back to make the move. He's got to strike under pressure here. One last DRS zone. 4/10 of the gap. I've got yellow flags out. What's happened there? That's the McLaren. Is that an issue with fuel? That could all be a fuel issue. It looks like Calgon. I think Calgon's run out of fuel. As here we go in the last few corners. Striker will be counting them down into the last sector, and this race is still in the balance. Just 2 more corners to go. 2 more corners to hold on. Final corner. As he rounds the final corner and goes across the line. Striker is your winner today, picking up his first win in Red Arrows. After so many close calls, he's now got that monkey off his back, and he is your race winner today. And a valiant effort, but only good for P2 today. Thompson will bring it home in P3, from Casper in P4, Chrissy P5. Now this is where penalties could come into play. Liam crosses the line for P6, Grinding 7, Pinto 8, Joe Bradley 9, and QHID should round out the points. Cherry, I think, too far back for this to go any further. Yeah, Cherry over the line. There's Harry and Calgon with his lack of fuel. So just wait for Calgon to finish. And a McLaren with no fuel left. He limps over the line. That is it for us tonight. Congratulations to Striker on the win. Let's see where we are. So, there it is. Striker takes your win today. As I said, Striker wins, and P2, then Thompson on your podium. So we'll go to the race director and we'll just show the incidents in case anyone wants to query that. So lots of warnings in there for track limits as we expected. SLH picked up damage. So lots of these in here. There's your instance. There's your race result. There we go. Thank you everyone for joining me. It's been a pleasure. Next week we have a sprint race and we are going around Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. Feel free to join us then. But until then, have a great week and we'll see you soon.